What's up, guys? Few information here. I have the 5 best gaming stocks analysis. So I'm going to be doing this more often, just taking 5 stocks from a sector and just analyzing them from one another. So Microsoft isn't going to be here, and neither is Tencent. Microsoft, it's more for the market cap reason, as well as Nvidia for the market cap reason. They're just bigger than these companies, so I feel like why not keep them as close as possible. As well as with Tencent, it is a gaming company, but it also has other things. So I'm just solely going with like companies that are more not solely based, but more based on gaming. So anyways, let's dive right into this. At number 1, we have Sony. It's got a PE, a price to earnings of 10.96, a price to book ratio of 2.21, a price to sales of 0.84, and a debt over equity of 0.12. Its revenue yearly right now is 80 billion. Very nice. 7% growth and a market cap of 68.6 billion. So clearly undervalued. It's a great value buy right now. PlayStation is the first thing I wanted to mention because that's the biggest thing that you think about when you think of this company. As well as with that PlayStation, I had looked to see who made the PlayStation 4 game for the PlayStation 4 Spider-Man game, and it's Insomniac Games. However, just hear me out real quick. Insomniac Game focuses on maintaining its independence despite working solely for Sony Interactive Entertainment for decades. It has never been part of SIE Worldwide Studios. The studio partnered with Sony because Sony helped market Insomniac's games. So there you go. The PlayStation helps them get plenty of revenue from that great game that Insomniac made, though, and they'll continue to make games, but all types of games are played on the PlayStation. Most recently, Red Dead Redemption 2 by Take-Two-Interactive broke PlayStation's sales for pre-ordering. Then you have the Venom movie and the Venom franchise that's going to be just movie on movie coming out because the first one did pretty good at the box office, so they're going to continue to make more and more movies. I know that's already straying off from the gaming sector, but they're going to make games, obviously, from the Venom movies, and if they don't, that'd be kind of dumb to me because it's a great revenue stream. Eventually, they're probably going to make games. Moving on, we have Activision. Just a few things to think about with Activision is esports, Call of Duty, Candy Crush, Destiny, Overwatch, World of Warcraft. Esports, you're going to see their next quarter and the quarter after that, so their third and fourth. What kind of revenue that's bringing in, but that should definitely help out them in terms of beating earnings and beating revenue expectations. So anyways, we have a price to earnings of 73.93, substantially higher than this PE. A price to book ratio of 3.86, a price to sales of 5.8, and a debt over equity of 0.25. So right off the bat, you can see why its PE is so high. They're only bringing in 7.2 billion in revenue. 2.6% growth, but it's a 42 billion market cap, so 6 times as big, whereas Sony's revenue was even bigger than the market cap. Just something to look at if you want to be more of a value investor, or if you're going more for that growth in Activision that you can see. Whether you can see it or not is up to you because you have no valid proof as to right now other than these games that are doing well revenue-wise. But 2.6 annual revenue growth, that's not that good. We need better. I am a long-term investor in this company, though. I don't have any shares of Sony. I do have a share of Activision for long-term. EA, I'm also long-term in on this company. So we have a PE of 28, a price to book ratio of 4.98, a price to sales of 5.24, and a debt over equity of 0.18. Now they're bringing in annually 5.2 billion in revenue, 3% revenue growth, 26.9 billion, and then we have FIFA, Madden, and Star Wars. So FIFA, that is the best sports games in terms of revenue. It makes so much money every year. It's crazy. Madden, it's football. There's plenty of football fans. They'll still get revenue. And Star Wars, right now, their mobile game, Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, is second in terms of top grossing apps. So that's really good for EA, and that'll help their revenue. But also, there's other games, like they have made the Battlefront games. I just don't want to count that because it's a very terrible game, in my opinion, and they could have done better. Hopefully they will, because EA won't give up Star Wars, so make it better, EA. By the way, I did want to correct myself. I said 7.2 billion. That was in the revenue. That's why their PE was so high. That's profit price over earnings. That would be more the price over sales for the 7.2 billion. So that's why that is substantially lower with the 5.8 for price of sales. I'm just correcting myself because that the revenue has nothing to do with the PE. The earnings is the profit. So that's after the revenue and after the expenses has been taken out of the revenue. If I confused you, I'm sorry. I hope that makes sense now, though. Take-Two Interactive, we have a price to over earnings of 58.92. You have a price to book ratio of 6.38, a price to sales of 7, and a debt over equity of 0. Very nice. They have no debt, guys. That's great. A revenue of 1.8 billion and percentage growth of -5%. Now that's very bad. 12.9 market cap, especially with just a 12.9 market cap to have a price over earnings of that high. They definitely got to get better, but I am long-term very bullish on this company because Red Dead Redemption 2 just came out and it already broke sales in the first 8 days. It's already sold 1 point something billion in sales, but it is the biggest entertainment product in history right now. That's crazy. Like, that's just crazy. They also have Grand Theft Auto, though, and the division that has both of these companies that they've made is Rockstar. However, they are owned by Take-Two. So this is probably the best cast in terms of making great games, Rockstar division, and they'll continue to make games as well as help Take-Two Interactive build their revenue. Then you have the 2K series, whether it's WWE, whether it's NBA 2K, that might be it. I feel like they do make hockey games too. I might be wrong. That might be more EA's lane. But anyways, I'm going to just move on because the video I already know is getting long. Last up, we do have Nintendo. This is by far the best looking one in my opinion. You could argue with as well Sony, but that's just because they bring in so much revenue. Nintendo has a PE of 27.35, a price to book ratio of 3.14, and a price to sales of 3.88, debt over equity of 0, just like Take-Two. However, unlike Take-Two, I don't have this company. I did have it before. I ended up selling it for an option trade, which was for Take-Two, and now it's kind of going in the shitter, so probably a bad idea. I've learned my lesson if I don't end up getting any profit out of it. But anyways, we have revenue for Nintendo of 9.6 billion annually, 47.6% growth. That's far higher than all the other companies on this list, and it also has higher revenue than every company except Sony. So very good for Nintendo. And they have a market cap of 38.5 billion. And then the two things I want to bring up are the Nintendo Switch. They have FIFA, Madden, 2K, all these games just being able to switch and being compatible with the Nintendo Switch. And on the Nintendo Switch, as well as on all the Nintendo systems, they got Mario, Sonic, Super Smash, Zelda, Pokemon games. There's all types of things that Nintendo can continuously do. And they have such a strong fan base, bigger than any of the companies on this list, in my opinion, that they'll continue to thrive. Now, I'm not saying Nintendo is the best one because these all are great companies for their own reasons, but I would probably invest $1,000 in Nintendo before I would any of these other companies on this list if it was like I had to just go to sleep and never check on it, because this is the safest bet in my opinion. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, throw me a like. Make sure to subscribe. I'll be doing more videos like this, as well as constant article updates of whatever companies have, like, you know, purchases and partnerships and all that stuff going on. Anyways, feed you information, out.